What's up, everybody? It's Coach Dimes. NBA basketball is back, and I was watching the Laker game last night. Curious to see how Coach Vogel plays all their sides that they have. So I wanted to go through a little bit of some pick and roll stuff they did last night with two bigs in the game, and with only one big in the game. So the biggest thing that I saw was when they had two bigs in the game, they're going pick and roll with AD. They had Drummond in the dunker spot, and when they had Drummond in the dunker spot, they really were they struggled to have any sort of success out of the pick and roll, because they had that big in the dunker, because it manipulated their spacing and took away a lot of their advantages. So we'll kind of go through this here. But you can see here, right, we're about to go pick and roll here with AD, right? But then we have Drummond in the dunker, and then his defender is in the paint. So right now we're taking away a lot of options, because typically this would be a shooter. He'd be in the corner, right? We'd have a shooter over here and a shooter here, which would leave the paint wide open, right? No big down there. So not only are we not spaced out with the big in the dunker, but also it's a big defender just hanging out here ready to protect the rim. So as they come off this ball screen here, AD rolls, right, and they're able to take that away, right? Even though he's on top side of him, they can't lob it over the top because there's a big behind him for lob help. So they don't get a paint touch, they get nothing out of it. The play continues. Okay, they go DHO, right? Again, still just hanging out in the paint, right? He's going to try and turn the corner, okay, and then he gets stuck. So now we're here. We got 5 Nets jerseys all in the paint here. Right, can't access this guy. That's a tough pass. AD is sitting here covered at the elbow, and then Drummond's covered on the block. So they just struggle to get any sort of good looks with that big in the dunker spot when AD is setting a ball screen. Another clip here I'll show. Same sort of thing. We'll get into our pick and roll action here. Right, we're going to reverse the basketball. So we're going to go pick and roll here. Same thing. Drummond's in the dunker. So his defender also is in the paint. We need to protect the rim. So as they come out of this here, he rolls, but he should have been open, could have been open, right? But he took him here, right? Drummond's going to be able to slide over, take him, and I'm switching back. Okay, what's going to happen is we're going to drive to the paint here. And now when he's driving to the paint, okay, it's a whole nother subject. But when he's driving to the paint, now instead of having nobody in there, there's 2 7-footers down there waiting for him. So as he drives, lots of bigs in the paint, tough area to score. And again, no paint touch. So we watch again here. He's going to go over, they go pick and roll. He should be open here, but there's a big waiting for him because Drummond's in the dunker spot instead of being, if we had a shooter in the corner, right? It's a little different defensive rotation. Okay, they're able to take that away, switch it back. He drives, 2 bigs in the paint. Okay, and again, they struggle. Another option, or another clip here. Okay, this time I'm going to go pick and roll, right? So I'm going to go pick and roll here. Actually, I'm going to reverse the ball first. Okay, reverse the ball. He's going to chase into a ball screen. This time, Drummond's on the block. He's not even in the dunker, so it's even worse spacing. All right, so the big's in the paint, so AD's going to roll right into the dunker's man. Okay, he's going to come off, have absolutely nothing. Okay, he's got nowhere to go. All right, we got 2 big bodies on offense, 2 big bodies on defense in there. He's able to help in right here on the big. Takes this away. Okay, again, no paint touch. We're late clock. He has to force a tough 3. Okay, they didn't go back to this big lineup again the rest of the game. So I'm curious, preseason's all about, trying different things out. But I want you to see how good they looked without a big in the dunker. So here's the first clip here. This time it's Dwight Howard. Okay, he's going to go pick and roll. But the first thing you notice, as we get to here to go pick and roll, right? Paint's wide open. There's no big down there. There's no rim protector down there. Okay, the help has to come from one of these 2 guards. So the help is going to be a smaller guy, right? Not a big. So we come off the paint here, we create our 2-on-1 advantage. So we're going 2-on-1. He has to make a decision. Okay, and then we know here we can attack the 1 big, 2-on-1, and there's no other big waiting behind him. So they go here. Look how deep the paint touch is too, right? We got no paint touch as the first couple clips. Very deep paint touch. Okay, we got a nice little kick out. You should go 1 more instead of driving right back to where the ball came from, right? But I want you to understand the difference. Huge paint or very deep paint touch here, which never happened before, okay? And we're causing the defense to collapse without a big being down in the paint, all right? Next clip, excuse me. You come down the floor here, going back to Dwight again. Okay, he's going to be sprinting out to a step-up screen here, and they're going to attack. Sprints out to the step-up, okay? They're in drop, okay? So Dwight's going to get a full running head start here. Okay, now who's going to help? Okay, he's going to be late because he's having to stop the guard and drop coverage, get back, there's going to be a foul. He can't help because he got a shooter here. Okay, he can't help. He's got a shooter here. And if he does help, he's a lot smaller than Dwight. So Dwight isn't going against another 7-footer on that secondary help. Gets the basket, gets a foul. Okay? Last one here, back to AD again. Nice little transition rub screen to go. But again, I want you to see the same thing, right? A little rub screen. Again, paint's wide open. Okay, space the shooters. Space the shooters. Okay, so they can attack downhill. And there's no 7-footer waiting for them at the rim because the 5-man is being pulled away from the rim because at the ball screen, that rim protector is away from the rim. And they're able to get to the paint without feeling all this pressure. Again, another deep paint touch all the way to the rim. Okay, just a much better, more advantageous situation for the Lakers. So curious to see if they go back to the big lineup. If they do, kind of how they play that big lineup. But I think they look a lot better with only one big in there, so that we can space the floor and really get to attack the paint in space and pick and roll.